This is Ritesh Mathur from Department of Mechanical Engineering, Arya College of Engineering and IT. In today's lecture, we will discuss what are the different types of gears and the gear terminology. So, basically, gear is used for the power transmission purpose. So, what is gear? It is a component with a transmission device that transmits rotational force to another gear or device. Now, what are the different types of gears? So, according to position of axis of the shaft, the gears are classified as when the shaft is parallel, then this is spur, helical, herringbone, rack and pinion. Shaft may be your intersecting, bevel gear. Shaft may be your non-intersecting and non-parallel, the worm and worm gears. So let us discuss one by one. What do you mean by spur gear? So spur gears are gear whose teeth is parallel to axis of rotation, as you can see from the figure. Okay, so transmission power from one shaft to another shaft, and it is generally used in electrical screwdriver, oscillating sprinkler, wind up alarm, clock, and washing machine and clothes dryer. There are two arrangements. One is your external, and other one is your internal. So in external, the both the gears are in the runs in the opposite direction, but in the internal gears, both the gears will while meshing run in the same direction. In the external internal spur gears, the bigger gear is known as your annular. Okay, so next one is your helical gear. So again, it is for parallel shafts, but the teeth on helical gears are cut at an angle to the face of the gear. So this gradual engagement makes helical gears operate much more smoothly and quietly than spur gear. That's why it used in your automobile gearbox because it creates less noise. Then herringbone gears. So to avoid axial thrust, two helical gears of opposite hand can be mounted side by side, as we can see in the figure, to cancel resulting thrust force. These are generally used on heavy machineries. Next one is rack and pinion gears. So these are used to convert rotary motion into linear motion or vice versa. As you can see in the figure, the circular portion is known as your gear, or you can say the pinion, and the horizontal portion is known as your rack. So the example of this is the steering system of your automobile. Then bevel gears. So these are useful when the direction of a shaft rotation needs to be changed. Okay, as you can see from the figure that the gear of horizontal, it has the shaft and the another and the axis of the other gear, they are intersecting at a point. Usually they are used where the angle between the shafts are 90-degree, but can design to work at other angles also. The teeth on bevel gears can be straight, spiral, or hypoid. So it is generally used in locomotives or marine application, automobiles as in differential, printing presses, cooling towers, power plants, etc. The next one is your worm and worm gear. So worm drive is a cylinder gear with a shallow spiral thread that engages the worm gear in a non-intersecting perpendicular axis configuration. As you can see in the figure, the circular portion is known as your worm gear and the other one is known as your worm. So these are basically used when large gear reductions are needed. These are widely used in your material handling and transport machinery system. Now the next one is your, it is very important, gear tooth terminology. So the pitch circle. It is an imaginary circle which by pure rolling action would give the same motion as the actual gear. Then pitch point. It is a common point of contact between two pitch circles. Then pitch surface. It is surface of the rolling disc which the meshing gears have replaced as the pitch circle. Addendum. It is the radial distance of a tooth from the pitch circle to the top of the tooth. Then dedendum. It is the radial distance of a tooth from the pitch circle to the bottom of the tooth. Then addendum circle. So it is a circle drawn by the top of the teeth and is concentric with the pitch circle. As well as dedendum, it is through the bottom of the teeth and also concentric with the pitch circle. It is known as root circle. So the formula for this one is pitch circle diameter into cos phi, where phi is your pressure angle. Now, what is pressure angle? It is also known as angle of obliquity. So it is the angle between the common normal to two gear teeth at the point of contact and the common tangent at the pitch point. It is usually denoted by phi. Then your clearance. So it is the radial distance from the top of the tooth to the bottom of the tooth in a meshing gear. A circle passing through the top of the meshing gear is known as clearance circle. Then total depth, it is the radial distance between the addendum and dedendum circles of a gear. It is equals to the sum of addendum plus dedendum. Okay. Then working depth, it is the radial distance from the addendum circle to the clearance circle. It is equals to addendum of the two meshing gears. Then tooth thickness, it is the width of the tooth measured along the pitch circle. Then your face of tooth. So it is the surface of the gear tooth above the pitch surface. And what is flank? It is the surface of the gear tooth below the pitch circle. Then you can see at the top land. So it is the surface of the top of the tooth. Then face width. It is the width of the gear tooth measured parallel to its axis. Okay. Then few more definitions are circular pitch. So it is a distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle from a point of one tooth to the corresponding point on the next tooth. So it is usually denoted by P suffix C. So mathematically we can say PC equals to pi d by t. Here d is the diameter of the pitch circle and t is the number of teeth on the wheel. So we can say that for two gears will have meshed together correctly if the two wheels have the same circular pitch. Then two more things. One is your diametral pitch. So it is the ratio of number of teeth to the pitch circle diameter, that is T by D. I can also write PD as pi upon PC because PC equals to pi D by T. And module, it is the reciprocal of your diametral pitch. So if the ratio of the pitch circle diameter in millimeter to the number of teeth, and it is usually denoted by small m. So mathematically I can say small m equals to d by t. So that's all regarding this slide. Thank you.